It was May 23rd, 1907, when Liborio Argento climbed aboard a ship in Palermo, Italy, leaving his wife and son behind, setting off a chain of events that would leave us with the Italian sausage we all know and love here in West Virginia, Angelo's. Like many other stories of West Virginians, the story of Angelo's comes from a place of hardship. Whenever Argento came here, over 30% of the non-born population in West Virginia were Italian immigrants, specifically there to work in the coal mines. One of them being Giovanni Lopez, which we'll get back to. Whenever he was able to get his family over, Argento's son Angelo went to school until he was 13 years old when he dropped out to work in the mines. This is a story a lot of people can relate to. My grandfather was actually a childhood coal miner. He used to tell me stories about, leaving school and going to work in the coal mines and eventually dropping out. Angelo left the coal mines for the better of his health and for his financial gain to open a general store in 1932. While he was running his store, he married Sarah Lopez in 1935, whose father was Giovanni Lopez. Her mother, Carmela Lopez, is said to be where they got the recipe for Angelo's sausage. I read a story in Golden Seal, which I'll talk a little bit more about on my Patreon. But they say that Giovanni used to raise hogs, and whenever he would slaughter one, him and his wife and all of his daughters would grab a knife and chop it up by hand and use a hand-cranked sausage stuffer to make the sausage that we know and love today. Italian sausage was always the Argento's General Store's specialty, and the store was open for 77 years, until in 2009 whenever they had to close down because of a declining population in Powelton Holler and more corporate supermarkets moving in. Even after closing the store down, the family couldn't give up the sausage making process. So around the holidays, they would make large batches of sausage for associates and friends and family. I was actually fortunate enough to try some at a New Year's brunch party whenever I was a young chef. I remember hearing the story of the family sausage and just being amazed and thinking that I would never be able to experience something like that again. Well, luckily in 2016, Sonny and Louis Argento started running the company again. They were making it in the meat shop and selling it on the shelves and to commercial accounts. It's nice to know that it's still produced in small batches to maintain the quality that it had whenever it was Carmela Lopez and Giovanni cutting it up by hand. So I guess I'll show you guys a recipe. When you fire a roast of bell pepper, make sure you get all the sides of it. Throw a couple tomatoes and I'll do the same thing. Place them in a blender. Don't just press down, you want to pulse it. You got your sausages here. You're going to lay them down in the pan side by side. Get them nice and caramelized and then use that fat to saute some onion and garlic. Throw in a little bit of tomato paste. Then we're going to go in with that pepper and tomato puree. Cook it down and then go back in the blender. A little lemon juice. Drop the lemon in for style points. A little lemon juice. And let's see, we got some parsley and purple basil from our garden. Alright, then we're going to go back in our clean pan with some fresh pepper and onion. Sweat it down. Once it softens up, you want some roughly chopped garlic in there. Position your wieners in there cantankerously like I did. You dump your sauce back up on top. Spread it as evenly as you can. Cover it up. Give it about 20 minutes and then serve it however you like. If you want to try Angelo's sausage, I know that they have it at Piggly Wiggly and Kroger here in West Virginia, and I'm going to link their website down below, which will connect you to their Facebook and different ways to contact them. As always, Give the Campbell's Creek Garden Project a like on Facebook, like this video, and subscribe. And check out my Patreon. I'll have it linked below as well. Now go get some sausage.